Now, heavy rainfall over the past few days has seen water levels in the Jukskei River rising once again. Some residents in Sjwetla, this is the informal settlement in Alexandra, north of Johannesburg, they've started moving out of their homes in fear of being swept away by the raging waters. Torrential rain has in the past pelted the area, resulting in flooding and destruction of homes. While the skies seem to be clearing, some residents say the rains make them anxious about what could happen next. And that's where we find our reporter Nobuhle Modise joining us from Sjwetla now. Nobuhle, good morning to you. I see vehicles behind you. They look to have been in a good working condition. What has happened?
Indeed, I was at the Sjwetla informal settlement earlier this morning, but then we moved, we're still in Alexandra that is, but we moved to a scrapyard here where there was also some damage done due to that rainfall. But I just want to take you back to when I was at the Sjwetla informal settlement and what the residents there were complaining about. Obviously, we saw that yesterday there were heavy downpours, and that caused the water levels within the Jukskei River to obviously rise, and some residents had to help others, get out of their homes so they could escape and escape drowning, take whatever it is that they could at the time and then just escape. And some of the issues that they were bringing up when they were talking to me earlier was the fact that outside of the rainfall causing the water levels to rise, there is also an issue of illegal dumping that then causes some sort of blockage, which then causes the river not to flow properly, meaning that whenever it rains hard, that also contributes. And so they were just saying that they have issues with that, and that obviously government is not coming to the party in order to give them housing. They say some of them have been on waiting lists for RDP homes from as far back as 1996. Some have just given up, and they say that when these kind of things happen, all they do is take what they can and come back later to salvage whatever else and even just move back in. And that's just the situation. And right now, at the moment, I'm at a scrapyard where there was also some damage due to the rain. And the owners here say, obviously, it is a big thing that has happened for them. But unlike the residents in Sjwetla, they're able, to get insurance and everything goes back to normal. You can see behind me, I'm just going to move out of shot and ask my colleague Lesego to just show you the extent of the damage that happened here yesterday when there was heavy downpours. They did explain that there was a storm as well, and that's why that wall that you see being reinforced then came down crashing. And they say that fortunately no one was injured when this incident happened. But unlike, as I'm mentioning again, that unlike the people at the Sjwetla informal settlement, they're able to put their lives back together, whereas at the Sjwetla settlement, the informal settlement rather, they're unable to do that. I'm also just going to walk over to one of the owners of the scrapyard so she can just take us through briefly what happened here yesterday. I'm here with Isabel. Isabel, thank you very much for joining us. Can you just explain to us what happened here yesterday?
I wasn't at work yesterday. I was reaping, and I just heard with the rainfall and with all the rain that we had and terrible winds, the wall collapsed, and luckily no one got hurt. And as you can see, we are fixing up and we're still working. And Maniki is still carrying on, and we are open 7 days a week for this community in Alexandra, and we give back to the community. And I can just say luckily no one is hurt and we can carry on. Thank you so much.
You heard Isabel there just explaining that luckily nobody got hurt here, but unfortunately at the Sjwetla settlement, when informal settlement, I keep saying settlement, at the informal settlement, when these kind of things happen, they unfortunately have to, get away from where they are and come back if they can. Others say they end up, living elsewhere, and that's just the situation here in Alexandra.
Nobuhle Modise, thank you very much for that update. It's a worrying situation indeed, and authorities, hopefully, they are alert or on alert about the state of the Jukskei River, particularly those people who live very close to the river bank.